So guys, a lot of you might be wondering, who is this guy Thabo Bester, in which he just became famous. I don't know him, you don't know any story about him. He's just like a person everybody's been talking about lately. So guys, in today's video, if you don't know who Thabo Bester is, I'm gonna be starting afresh. I'm taking you to the 2011 and 2012 history of him, in which he did a lot of things in which they are quite disgraceful in our community. Now I'm taking you back to Thabo Bester's history. Before he went to prison, before all this saga of escaping in prison, let me take you back. Let's go. Now guys, we are in the 2012 era and 2011 era. Let's start. This is not who I am, says the Facebook rapist. We're going to be explaining why he's called the Facebook rapist, in which it is Thabo Bester. Facebook rapist Thabo Bester was sentenced to 15 years imprisonment on Friday for raping and robbing 2 women. The magistrate Sharon Marks gave him 15 years imprisonment for each of the 2 accounts of rape, which means 15, that makes it 30 years in prison. He was sentenced to another 15 years with 5 suspended for each of the 2 accounts of robbery with aggravated circumstances. So Thabo Bester did plead guilty for all of the 4 charges. Bester had been dubbed the Facebook rapist because he used social media to lure women through the country. So I think that is how he was going through women, raping women, robbing women through Facebook. So guys, please be careful through social media. So Bester would then rape and rob them at the knife point. Like any other person while pleading guilty in a magistrate court in Durban, he said he had been gang raped before in jail. And second one is that he was raped by a person, by men especially, that was going to promise him good life. The third reason was because he was living with his grandmother and grandfather in a farmhouse in Gauteng. Adding into his grandmother's friend is the one who raped him also, which turns into another different size of condition as his grandmother's friend raping him. Then when he went to his grandma didn't even care about him, like he's talking to a wall. And this made it worse when his grandmother died and he had to live with his friend in a squatter camp. And that is where the second accusations take place, in which he was raped by men that used to keep him in a squatter camp. I think he used to lock him in a squatter camp, then he raped him. This is all his accusations that he said while he was pleading guilty through his cases, as he was given 50 years in imprisonment. Another quotation: "This is not truly who I am." So Thabo Bester was also sentenced before 2011 and 2012 case. He was sentenced in 2009, in which I don't know what was the case about it. He was given 1,500 fine as he was supposed to pay, but I think he didn't able to pay it. Now when he got into prison, he said they treated him badly because they thought he was from a rich family. Now because they didn't have money, that is why they gang raped him. They used to put a bottle with soapy water inside his anus, in which, guys, that's kind of like traumatizing. Bester did report about his situation in prison, that is being gang raped, but when they look at the files, they found out that no, the rape part is not there, but the accusations that he's being treated badly, he's being beaten, they are actually there in the file. But the one of being raped, it is not even there in the file. After Bester gave his statement, the magistrate was not dumb. He didn't even entertain all his statements that Bester said, because he said that Bester, all the crime committed by Bester, they were properly planned. As one of the accused, or one of the women, she was beaten, hospitalized for 5 days. She had 30 stitches in her head because of Bester. You hurt her, raped her, robbed her, and now you want the magistrate to feel remorse for you. That was going to be another thing. If the magistrate did take that advice or take that statement into consideration, it was going to be hurtful to this woman, as she was beaten, robbed, raped, has 30 stitches in her head. I don't think she's going to be able to trust any man again I don't think I don't think she was able to trust any person, especially men again. After these things happened to her, and she was hospitalized for 5 days. That was wrong. Esther told the court it was not his intention to rape the woman and that he had been impaled by lust. He said his intention was to rob them only. But why, if his intention was to rob, but why did he why did he be led to raping them? During the cross-examination, State Prosecutor Lolis Sobramani, if I'm not mistaken, asked Bester why did not he hand himself to the police station or to the police officers after he had committed this crime. He said that his intention not handing himself, it was because he saw all his crimes in newspaper and ran. So he thought his stories were gonna be remorseful, but now. So Bame described Bester as a danger to society, saying that what he had done had caused a trauma to his victims, which will stay with them for the rest of their lives. Bester went to serve his time at Makgakgeng Correctional Service Center. It's a maximum security prison and the second largest private prison in the world, which is owned by G4S. And G4S is not a company from South Africa, it is an outside company. That is when things started to turn and that is where he started to escape. I can say, guys, that was it. I was explaining the story of how Thabo Bester was sentenced and how Thabo Bester is called the Facebook rapist because of those crimes that he committed around 2011 and 2012. And I didn't know that he committed previous crimes in 2009. So I'll be explaining what went wrong when he escaped from prison and how he was found. So guys, I'll catch you guys in part 2. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. About lens. I say peace right now. I hope I explained this video better, bro.